Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are back with the series Playing Chess Every Day until I'm 2500. We are still not 2500, so let's drop into a game. Okay, we open with e4. He plays d6. That is the Pirc defense. And against Pirc, I like to play this variation which is called Lion's Jaw. It is a very simple opening, but very aggressive. What I'm trying to do here is against g6 and bishop g7, I'm gonna put my bishop on e3, knight on c3, and play queen d2 and bishop to h6 and start attacking him with g4 and h4. So we have the setup ready. Also, I will castle on the king side. Now, since he's attacking in the middle, it's only proper for me to develop and also defend. We go knight to g2, we develop the knight and also defend. After everything is settled, I like my position very much. Now he will start attacking me, which is fair point. I will start attacking him back. g5. See, he's smart. He didn't wanna castle just yet, but now he does, which lets me to believe that he actually underestimates my attack. So I should show him why he should not do that. Let's go back. And now let's play bishop to h6 to trade off the bishops. And if he does, I will have a very nice attacking position. I will go back with my knight. As you can see, he's trying to attack me on this side, but my king is still not castled here. So I don't have anything to be afraid, and let's just play h4, h5. It's a very dynamic position and we are both attacking. So far, I would guess that white is here better. Maybe 0.5 to a full pawn advantage. Because I'm not yet castled, so my king is not in that kind of great danger. What my opponent should do here is play d5, not something on the side, but rather in the middle, because you can see my king is not yet castled. Okay. And I will try to close down the center, because my king is in the center and I don't want it opened. Okay, he goes c6, likely to support d5, but I think I am already arriving now. I'm a bit too fast. So my idea here is, okay, now let's calculate. I take his bishop. He takes back with the king. I take the bishop, he takes back. I take here. And in that position, so takes, and he will take with the f pawn. I go queen to h6, he moves his king and I attack the knight. But in that whole position, the main thing is that his knight is gonna guard this pawn on h7. So what I want to do is try and remove that knight immediately, like this. So now after we trade, okay, I let him play knight to g8, and now I cannot anymore play what I wanted. So now I will castle long. Okay. I will castle long because we've pushed his pieces back and we should have a very nice attacking position. Okay, he plays this. All right. His knight is back. We should use that to our advantage. I'll play bishop to h6. To h3 to guard this g4 pawn. So when I take... Okay, he wants to trade. But that seems like a blunder. Because now I can play f4, attacking the queen, and this g4 pawn is defended. He just has to draw back. Okay. We could now try knight to g3. And the idea of knight to g3 is to support this pawn, this push of f5 pawn. And also now he can never really take here, because I will take with the knight and with the check also. Okay, he's focusing on his side of the board, where he's stronger, of course. Okay, here I think I have a plan. We play g5, and when he takes, then I push f5 to try and attack him, because if I push f5 immediately, if I push f5 here, he will go queen to g5 and trade off my queens. So I will first play g5 to let him take this g5 pawn, and then I will push f5. And by doing that, okay, he doesn't want that, he pushes this instead. We'll play a3 to stop him from opening the a file. And now my point is, now when I play f5 after he takes, the position is gonna be a lot different. Okay, takes like this. I believe I take that with the queen to support this f5 square also. Okay. And now my idea was to play f5. Now do we trade bishops and then play f5, or do we immediately play f5? Let's trade bishops. And then we will play f5. Okay, he takes with a rook. Here we should be able to brew an attack on my opponent. What I had in mind was f5, or just simply opening up this side of the board somehow, like this. Let's first take here. Now we have a lot of very nasty stuff. We can play queen here to try and infiltrate, like this. And that is what I'm gonna do. So now we play here, and my idea is queen to h7. When the king moves, I take on g6, and that will allow my knight to jump into the game and try and mate him. That is my plan. He goes preemptively here, which could be smart for him. But now I will take here to try and open up the position, because now the f file is weak, very weak. Okay, he takes here. I will just move. And his king is now wide open. I should have a very nice attack here. And also, when this pawn stands on this square, that helps me because his knight can get into the game. Okay, here I could have a lot of ideas, but I think my main idea should be queen here. Queen to h8. And on the next move, I am threatening rook f1 check, or this rook, and when his king moves, I take this knight. So that is my idea. Let's try to do that. If he gets my knight now, I will check him, and when he moves, I will check and take his knight. Okay, he defends against this check. I could play e6 now. I could also play rook to df file. I will try to do that. To try and trade the rooks. Because after he trades, my other rook will get to f file and still attack his king. Let's try to look at that. He defends like this, which I had in mind, but now I can play e6 and he's forced to take my rook. And after he does, his king will be forced to move out of the way and he will lose his knight. Now after e6 we are clearly winning. We will win this knight and likely deliver checkmate to our opponent. After e6 I'm forcing his rook to take my rook. And after he does, my other rook takes and it's check, he has to move and I take his knight. And it's not only his knight, after his knight falls, his king will be very weak and there will likely be a checkmate. Okay, that is a very smart idea by my opponent. He wants me to take the rook, but on his terms, so then he will be able to take like this. But sadly, for my opponent, I don't think that that works, because after I take his rook, firstly, just by playing queen to e5, I'm still winning, but we also have rook to g1, attacking the queen, and when the queen moves, his knight falls, and we get a resignation. Nice game. Let's analyze it. I believe I've made some mistakes. I've definitely made some mistakes. I could win much sooner, but I overlooked one move. So let's see. As you can see, in this position, after playing my opening, I already have an advantage of one pawn. And that is very nice. So after all of these trades, okay, this seems like a mistake because I should have just developed first and then repositioned my pieces. Okay. This was a blunder. Why? He had knight here. Why is that? And after knight takes. Oh, I definitely missed that. So I should not keep my king in the center anymore. I was confident about that, but I should have castled immediately. Oh, and now still knight to e4 is a good move. But he missed it. I missed it, but now there is no more knight to e4 because my pawn is on h4. h5 is now good. We have a steady advantage in this position. Oh, and now I messed up the order. I should first play e5 to chase away this knight, and when the knight moves like this, now we take, and now we take here, and we are clearly winning. This is on the way, and it is game over for my opponent. But now I have done it this way, and when I chase off the knight, knight can go here, and somehow he's surviving, because after this there is no more queen to h5, to queen to h6 to deliver checkmate. So let's see. Now I castled. I still have an advantage. This is a mistake. I should defend this pawn like this. Okay. But yeah, I said that queen to g5 was a mistake of his own, because now I can play f4, which is a good move. He has to go back. Knight to g3. And okay, I'm very happy about this move. g5 was the way to go. You remember me saying that if I were to push this pawn, he could take this pawn also. But just by playing this, he would be very annoying by trading off the queens. So that's why I play g5 to... Okay, this happened. But to then make him take, and now after I take the bishop, I can chop these pawns, and by playing f5 I would also be winning. Okay, and actually this was my first idea, initial idea of course. And if that, then maybe something like this to still keep the attack going. But here I also had a very nice move, knight to f5, which I missed. Of course, I'm forking his king and the queen, and if he were to take this pawn, I would go queen to f5, and his king is in a box, and there is unstoppable mate. You might think just knight h6 is defending, but rook takes h6, he takes, another rook comes, and he's just getting checkmated here. Like this. So that would be very nice had I done that. But I did miss knight to f5. Instead, I played this. Oh, knight to f5 would be a brilliant move. But this is just the best move. Now he started to run away. I took to open up his king. I move out of the way. Okay, this is a bad order because he could actually take my knight. And this is the position what I was talking about. This would be a draw, because now he can play this actually. And if this, and even if I try and win his knight, he will survive. So this was a little bit imprecise by me. Instead, I should immediately give this check. And then if he were to cover or run, then I would play queen this. This is more precise. But I did it this way. And now after this, I played rook to here, which is actually a big mistake. He has enough time to take my knight. I thought if this, I would trade, check him. And I thought that here I'm winning, which I am, but apparently he can go king e6 and somehow just survive. Because now I don't have enough time, I lose my rook immediately. I see. So this is my biggest mistake, but now after he blundered again, I have e6 then. That was a good try, but I just take with the knight, and after rook to g1, we have a great advantage. Even it shows mate in 20, so we are clearly winning here. And okay, after a great battle, we did have a lot of blunders, but in the end we did win, so I would call that a good game. It was a very attacking game, a lot of blunders by both sides, but still we had a nice attack. We did miss that knight to f5 brilliant, but we will get it in the next one. This is it guys for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.